Now for the uninitiated, Datsun is the low-cost brand of Nissan that's making a re-entry into the Indian car market after decades. I say re-entry because if we ask your parents, they would recall the same brand that was in India in the 70s and the 80s. However, now they're going full guns and of course have Nissan by their side, and their first car for India is this, the low-cost Go hatchback. The company claims they made a perfect car for the Indian family at a price point. Now we saw the car last year in July, we saw it at the Auto Expo, and now in March, we are in the city of Hyderabad to drive the car and tell you that if you should be looking at this car over the Eon, Alto and Wagonars of this world.
India is the world's second largest passenger car market, and it seems everyone wants a share of it. Datsun has been evaluating the market for years now, and finally they decided to come out with a small car first, a car that can cater to the masses. It doesn't look like any other hatchback in the segment, being substantially bigger with impressive road presence. The front is dominated with a massive D-cut grille, the biggest in the segment, and the bumper gets 3 distinctive air intakes. Fog lamps aren't even standard on the top-end model. Look at the car from the side and you notice the shoulder line that runs till the C-pillar merging into the tail lamps. While the 13-inch wheels are a norm in the segment, due to the size of the Go, they do look small. You also realize how long the Go is, it being 70 mm longer than the Eon, 50 mm longer than the Wagonar and 25 mm longer than Maruti Celerio. And before we go any further, let's just see how the new Datsun Go fares against its competitors. The rear of the Go is simple without being boring. The Datsun logo in the center is prominent and the tail lamps sit on either side of the big boot lid. On the whole, for the price point, the Go is a pleasant looking hatchback, if not outrightly modern and funky. The Go will be available in 4 shades of white, light blue, silver and red. Open roads and highways were where we started driving the Go first. It does give you a big car feel on the move. For example, the way it absorbs imperfections, toll plaza speed breakers, elevated road joints, etc. Given a bigger motor, it also has the ability to chew up miles at a rapid pace without breaking a sweat. Road manners are very acceptable, and even changing lanes at high speeds doesn't upset the dynamics at all.
Now the company is putting the Go in a segment where you have cars like the Wagonar, the Santro, the Eon, the Alto, and in that regard I think one of the biggest plus points is the motor. The 1.2 litre petrol engine has been seen in the Micra and the Pulse. It's a very good engine when it comes to reliability, it's very peppy, it's very efficient as well. The issue is that with a couple of people on board and the AC running in traffic when you're in a higher gear and you want to overtake a slow moving car or on a flyover, that is where you have to downshift a lot. It's fairly noisy also at high revs, but on the whole, when a person knows he has a bigger motor under the hood, it's a huge plus point, it's a huge encouraging point for the driver. Front seats are comfortable, they aren't supportive because of course you have a bench kind of arrangement over here, but on the space front, it's very generous up front. Again, big windows add to the airy feel and also aid in visibility. So the Go is a very easy and a fuss-free car to drive.
So while the Go does seem as a good package to drive in various conditions with comfortable and roomy seats up front, at the cost of a few basic features like front passenger grab handles, internal adjustable outside mirrors, day and night inside mirror, cup holders, etc., let's take a closer look at what it offers at the back seat.
So while the front seats of the Go are pretty comfortable and supportive, at the rear I would say things to start with are bare bones basic. There are no features, it's a low cost car, so no rear speakers, no bottle holders, no cup holders, no provision for a parcel tray, even you get only static seat belts. So on this account I would say Datsun has really cut down on a lot of things to keep the cost low. On the space front, currently the front seat is adjusted for my height. I stand 6 feet tall and you can see there is no space between my knees and the rear of the front seat. However, if it's pushed forward for a shorter driver who's probably 5'8", I get a couple of inches over here. Width is pretty decent. You can probably fit 3 normal size adults, but if people are of my size, I would say 2 is the best at the rear.
So while the cabin of the Go does offer good comfort, spacious front seats and a lot of practicality, the real icing on the cake comes in the form of a massive boot it carries. At 265 litres, it is a good 50 litres more than the Eon, 85 litres more than the WagonR, and 35 litres more than the Celerio. The rear seats don't have a 50-50 or a 40-60 split arrangement, but nevertheless can be folded down flat for extra space. We started the review with the mention of the Go being as a perfect car for the Indian family at a price point. At the end of the 2-day drive, we must say the car did impress us a lot. However, it does come with its own share of limitations. Omission of features, poor NVH levels, etc. Further, the segment it is targeting already has cars that are either trendsetters or have set benchmarks. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there, but Datsun's weapon here is the pricing. 3 versions will be launched with the base price being approximately a little less than 3 lakh. The top variant is expected to go up to 3.6 lakh. At this price, the size, cabin, driving dynamics and a strong engine do tilt the game into the Go's favor, but just about.